radio, shout it.
Putting beats by the pound together though, fellas. I mean, all of these cold-blooded producers coming together and jamming. Okay, what was that like with that synergy between all of y'all? Because all of y'all brought it in y'all own right and in y'all own lane at the same time. But then y'all would come together on different tracks and take that to a whole nother level too. So what was that like just on the production side and the camaraderie and the chemistry between everybody in the pound?
Well, it was more like, first of all, Beats by the Pound was more like when we first got with P. Because my start with No Limit happened in Atlanta at Jack the Rapper, the last one. That's where we started because we came up here to Shop Serve on demo tape. Mm-hmm. And that's when they had the Death Row Luke Skywalker fight. I watched that shit with my own eyes.
Damn.
I saw it when it took place, when they met at the escalator. I saw it. So when anyway, all that happened, everybody was all over the place. So when it finally, kind of, chilled out, me and Sir was outside and Serv and C knew each other because they used to ball together. And I think at Napoleon Park. And P was with him, so, P hollered, and it's just so funny that before P came up there, he must have been in New Orleans, so he had a stack of CDs. Mm-hmm. So we gave P a demo, and he was like, well, what's going on, what y'all doing? And he was like, sir, man, I got this label popping, No Limit Records, man, won't you come aboard? And sir was like, well, my, no, the EXD, he asked him, man, do you know the dude who did the beats on this CD? Mm-hmm. The CD was EXD, Extreme and Deadly. And one of the guys that was on No Limit, Full Blooded, he was one of the artists in the group. So Sir started laughing, and people was like, well, what's funny? And he was like, yeah, that's the guy right there made all the beats. So he was like, well, Sir, won't you come up to No Limit, man, and we got some things going, and we get things moving. So Sir was like, well, if my producer can't come, don't worry about it. Mm. So he looked at Serve, then he looked at the beat, the CD, then he looked at me, and he was like, nah, fuck it, man, let him come, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, and that's when, I was back and forth doing court shit. So when we got the invite to come up, I couldn't make it because I had to go to court. Mm. And when all of that got straightened out, I flew up there. He flew me up there, and that's when I met Moby. Because me and Moby was, we had our local things before we started dealing with P. Mm. And so we had a show in Morgan City, and that's when I first met Moby because they just had like we just got the MPC 60, and we was bringing it on the road, and that's when we met, you know what I'm saying? And, we chopped it up, and it's just ironically that Moby and P is related. Mm-hmm. So Moby was up there, and when I got up there, we were like,
what you doing
what the fuck you doing up here?
Yeah.
Right, and he was like, nah, man, P my cousin, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, for real. So we wasn't Beats by the Pound then. We were just two niggas up there, you know what I'm saying? Jamming. Right. But the thing was, though, it came to the point where, from that one trip, wound up staying up there a whole year. And so the whole thing was, while we was up there, me and Mo was like, man, fuck, we need to try to make some money while we up here.
Yeah.
So we like, Mobile idea was like, well, fuck, man, let's get some business cards made. Mm-hmm. And then Mobile was like, man, shit, let's just start a team. And I think Mobile said the Pound. And I was like, nah, Beats by the Pound. Mm. I said the Pound. Oh, it was reversed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he came up with part of the name, not came up with part of the name, and we got some business cards, and P got a hold of one of the cards that we made for us, and he saw him. Then the next day he came with Beats by the Pound on No Limit cards.
Yeah. Then he started saying, I got beats by the pound.
Yeah. And that's how it started.
That year in California, what was that like in them early stages, just working together and just kind of piecing No Limit together at that time?
Oh, man. We had first, let's start off with Three Niggas in the Broad.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, Big Ed, rest in peace, was already up there. He was already part of the outfit. King George was up there. You know what I'm saying? And there's this guy by the name of Tobin, Constant. Mm-hmm. I'm saying he was the manager at that time. So we was grinding. Silk was up there too. And C was coming back and forth from New Orleans. So, it was a family affair. We had uptown, we had downtown in there, and we just was cooking up gumbo. Me and Mama would fly in and out, rest in peace, Miss Rowe. And Mia would cook for us and stuff like that. And, it's just the whole vibe, the whole experience, the food, everything. We just bought New Orleans with us. We bought Louisiana with us. And we just did us up there, bro.
Right.
And we was, we was in survival mode because, P was grinding, just trying to make sure the label stayed afloat and stuff like that, going out there doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? We met a couple of people, like we met K-Lou out there. We just got interwoven with the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? And with Pen and Pixel and, got industrious, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We did more than just the production side, but we saw the business, we saw the street promotion side of things, and saw how the real grind go, man. Like, this was way before the internet, you know what I'm saying? Way before social media. This was a lot of legwork. It's a lot of work that goes into it outside the actual creative side of things. So we actually got to see the business for real. And because a lot of what people don't know that the independent game comes a lot from the Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
You know what
that's
I'm saying?
Where P bought. That's where he learned it from.
He learned it and then put the Southern twist on it. Because, you know what I'm saying, like Bay Area had the business, but they didn't necessarily have, they had Pac, they had E40, they had Too Short, shout out to all those guys. EA Ski, all those guys, man. Delta Funky Homo Sapien. But we brought New Orleans to the game with that hustle.
Answer me this, JT The Bigga Figga.
Oh, JT. He had a lot to do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because he's a strong business mind as
man.
well. So what was it like when y'all came across that young guy at that time and him putting his stamp and his stain on the game as well?
Oh, man, JT just was a real dude, man. He
right.
was a real soldier from shout out to JT. We know him real well, man. I think he's out here now.
Yeah, well, I think he's in Africa now. He was out here for a minute, but he doing his thing in Africa.
Yeah, he was helping create a water source or something.
Yeah, he was out there getting busy.
I saw that.
But that dude's hustle, man, like I'm saying, P learned a lot from that area, and I think JT is one of the ones he learned from, if I'm not mistaken, you know what I'm saying? But, man, JT had a lot to do with, the grind, the hustle, the streets, you know what I'm saying? And he just showed the San Francisco. I think he's from Frisco. I don't know what part he's from. I know he's from Frisco.
The Bay, somewhere
He's
now.
from Frisco.
The Bay.
Yeah.
But, man, he was part of the West Coast Bad Boys. P was dealing with them, C-Bo and all them out there, you know what I'm saying? And he just showed us, he welcomed us big time, man. He was a good welcome committee for us up there, man. He made things real smooth for us, man. He really contributed to that, man.
Exactly. So now when it came time for that West Coast Bad Boys project, what was that like putting that down on the West Coast? Y'all some down south hustlers, but y'all say, you know what, let's do this West Coast Bad Boys thing.
Well, it was like when we did that, we came in on part 2.
Yeah.
We wasn't there for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But he decided that he wanted to do a second one. And he just basically, like, we did a No Limit Records on it. Because, P have his ties in Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
So he still had his Bay Area ties of being there. Mm-hmm. And when he put it together, he just came to us for what he needed for that. That was probably one of the albums that we probably didn't have to dominantly produce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude was like king of the compilations, man. God, man, the double CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was a good, man, this dude was a good, should I say, delegator to finding talent, and especially for the underdogs. The underground, he stayed true to the underground, like you said, Beast by the Pound. Haters get clowned, gone worldwide, but true to the underground.
Yeah.
I'm saying that true to the underground part, man, because, he was always like they say, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he just put people on, man. But yeah, man, he just was should I say, a big advocate for, you know, combining a lot of talent and putting them all on one. If you really listen to all the No Limit albums, they were all compilations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every last one of them.